Champions, they're not defined by the trophies they lift, but by the grace with which they handle defeat. Because true greatness isn't just about winning. It's about standing tall when you lose. But in the chess world right now, some have forgotten that. Instead of shaking hands and moving on, they're finger pointing and the oldest trick in the book, kickstarting the blame game. The FIDE World Cup, one of chess's grandest stages, is underway. It's being held in India after 23 long years, and the atmosphere couldn't be more electric. Some of the brightest minds in the sport are battling it out, from Gukesh Domaraju and Pragyananda Ramesh Babu to Arjun Erigesi, Vidit Gujarati, and of course many more. But amid the brilliance, one player's meltdown has now taken center stage. World Rapid Champion Ian Nepomniachtchi, one of the biggest names in world chess, suffered a shock exit. He was defeated by Indian Grandmaster Diptayan Ghosh, a name not many in the West talk about, but one that just made history. And instead of taking it on the chin like a true champion should, Nepo stormed out. He didn't just leave the venue, he checked out of his hotel within the hour and later launched into a tirade against India itself.
I'd played in India before, so I had a good idea of what the conditions would be like. But FIDE, to its credit, managed to surprise me. There's nothing to say about the chess aspect, one of those places that you won't be sad to leave.
One of those places you won't be sad to leave, that's condescension and downright demeaning. And it raises one simple question: what conditions are we talking about here? The chessboard, the pieces, the temperature of the hall, or the food? Because this isn't football, where a bad pitch can change the entire game. It's not cricket, where weather or the prep on the 22 yards can make or break a match. This is chess, a sport of minds. The only conditions that matter here are your focus and your form. So why blame an entire country when you were simply outplayed? And here's the thing, this isn't an isolated tantrum. We've seen this pattern play out before. Ever since Gukesh stunned the world and became the youngest ever world champion, the Western chess establishment hasn't stopped downplaying this Indian's achievement and India's success. From Magnus Carlsen casting as Persians to Hikaru Nakamura and Fabiano Caruana subtly questioning the system itself, there's been a quiet resistance and a refusal to accept that the balance of power has indeed shifted. For years, the West has dominated the narrative of this particular sport for sure. The glamour, the sponsorships, the spotlight. But now as India produces one prodigy after another, the tone has changed. Criticism instead of congratulations, excuses instead of admiration, and Nepo's reaction, it's the loudest echo of that mindset. Let's call it what it is, a pity game. Because when the results don't speak, the excuses only get louder. But contrast that attitude with another example from a completely different sport. Just a few weeks ago, during the Women's World Cup in India, Australia's cricketers faced something truly unfortunate. We know of it, and it left them shaken and disturbed. It could have derailed their mindset, their rhythm going into this tournament, and yet when they lost in the semi-finals, they didn't blame anybody. They didn't question the conditions. They didn't call India one of those places. The Australian captain said this instead.
India got themselves over the line, which is really cool, and it's great for the global game. So, from that perspective, it was an amazing experience, but obviously sitting here a little bit disappointed, and it'll haunt me for a little while, that one, but that's okay.
That right there is what champions do. They look inwards. They see the bigger picture. They understand that sport is about growth, not grudges. But sadly, that's not the lesson Nepomniachtchi seems interested in or taking away from this. His words aren't just bitter, they're dismissive of a nation that's fast becoming the new capital for chess. A country producing world beaters faster than ever before, training infrastructure that's world class, and fan engagement that's redefining what chess means to the mass. So when a player like Nepomniachtchi lashes out, it's not India's problem, it's the insecurity of the West rearing its head again. And while the West debates conditions, India is busy producing the next champion. While some storm out of hotels, our youngsters are strolling into history books. So while Nepomniachtchi is going about blaming the conditions, India is creating the right conditions for the future of the sport itself.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.